is Michael Mastro. Today we're going to be looking at the chart for David Letterman, talk show host and interviewer. If you look to the eastern horizon using sidereal Vedic astrology zodiac, you would see the constellation associated with Aries rising at 15 degrees. First, we're going to look and see how the planets are operating, and then we'll see when they're operating at certain events in his life and what could be done to strengthen the chart. So we have Moon, which is a little bit weak because its landlord or dispositor is weak, and it can't be any stronger than its dispositor. So we have Moon ruling the house of happiness and family and transportation and property, and it's placed in the ninth house, and Jupiter is weak itself because of its placement in the eighth house. So Moon brings happiness through public entertainment, and Moon is also associated with heart. He has heart issues and cholesterol issues, high cholesterol. Then we have a weak placement of Sun in old age at 28 degrees. Any planet that's more than 25 degrees is said to be in old age and cannot protect or promote its own significations. So we have Sun ruling the fifth house of entertainment, and it is it brings creativity through entertainment, through being a TV host. It's sitting in the 12th house, which means he can take on different roles and be this great interviewer. And it also is, because it's weak, also influences the heart and digestion. So there are some heart issues. Then we have weak placement Mars at 7 degrees, and is ruling the first house. And this gives him a personality of being very intense, very much a perfectionist, obsessive. Connects his purpose through passion in the role of TV interviewing others. It is the prime indicator of health and indicates inflammation, and he has had skin issues like shingles, which are related to autoimmune and inflammation. So because Moon is weak, that's also indicator of some autoimmune issues. Then we have functional malefic, weak placement infant Mercury. Mercury is only at 1 degree or close to 2 degrees. It is ruling the house of health, healing, conflict, fire, theft, and cheating, and it gives Mercury has to do with speech. It's placed in the 12th house, and because it's ruling the 6th house, there can be conflict or controversial type of speech. So he is often criticized for the way he interviews people and about the speeches, the writing that he does. And so he has been diagnosed with hypochondria. He's critical of himself and others, and that all comes from a weak Mercury, especially being placed in the 12th house, which makes him feel like an outsider at times. Then we have weak placement, infant state, Jupiter. Jupiter's at 3 degrees. Any planet that's, again, less than 5 or more than 25 becomes weak. And it is ruling the house of good fortune, and it is placed in the house of 8th house of research. So good fortune comes from revealing hidden stories about celebrities and his research in writing as well. Then we have weak dispositor, Venus, Venus is ruling the seventh house of partnerships, and it's placed in the house of income, fulfillment of desires. And its landlord, Saturn, is weak, so it can't be any stronger than its landlord. So Venus gives partnerships in entertainment. And then we have weak dispositor Saturn. It's placed in the fourth house, and it rules the house of income and fulfillment of desires. So it gives income through hard work, through discipline, and through somewhat critical or negative humor. And then we have functional malefic Rahu and Ketu. They're at 10 degrees. They're close to the most effective point, just barely. And that means that they can afflict or cause stress to 6 out of his 12 houses. And it's in Rahu and Ketu are always opposite each other, and always trying to balance spiritual and material issues. It gives it Rahu in the second house gives a desire for wealth and fame, and Ketu in the eighth house gives a desire to go deeper into researching, what people do and how to interview them, exploring the deeper meaning of life. If we look at the timing of events, he moved in 1975 during a moon period. That means moon is ruling the house of home life, changing homes. And then in 82, he started his show during a Mars period, giving huge boost to his persona and outlet for his personality. In 2000, he had bypass surgery during a Rahu Sun period. Sun again, indicating it's weak and indicating heart issues. 2003, he was diagnosed with shingles during a Mars period. Mars again, creating inflammation. Rahu itself has to do with autoimmune and infection. He had a Sun in 03 during a Jupiter period. Jupiter is the indicator for children. 2009, he had an affair during a Jupiter-Mercury period. Mercury, in this case, having some secret type of liaison. And then we have, he retired in 2015 during a Mars period, again, changing, what he's doing, his personality. And then he, in 2022, August, in France, he fell and he hit his head on the concrete and was unconscious, had an accident. And if you look at the transit chart on the left, you see the outer circle is where the planets were when he, it was actually in August, but it was pretty similar. So Mercury was very close to the most effective point, afflicting the house of health and also afflicting the 12th house of accidents and hospitalization. And the inner circle is where the planets were when he was born. So those are the main points. Now, what can we do to strengthen the chart? So we see some of the planets are weak, afflicting his heart and certain health issues like the shingles, etc. And so we would want to transform Mercury, because it's functional malefic. Any multiconal sign in the 6th, 8th, or 12th becomes functional malefic along with Rahu and Ketu. So we have Mercury, Rahu, and Ketu could be transformed through helping others, donating to charities, which he does a lot of, so that's being taken care of, especially from Mercury, helping children, and he does that. Now the rest of the planets could be strengthened with gemstones, or my favorite, a remedy, which is a kavash, a silver locket containing the Devata yantras for Sun, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and Moon, and as well as Saturn. So if you'd like to get a reading, you can go to vastucreations.com or actually learn Transformation Vedic Astrology. As you can see, it's quite accurate. Thank you so much for listening.